Hello, I'm the Dewmelier. I'm here today to provide you with a new Dew review so you can understand and pair today's Dew, Mountain Dew Game Fuel Citrus Cherry, described as Dew with a blast of citrus cherry. Now, this is the original flavor of Game Fuel, and I wasn't planning on doing a review for it, since it is the original, but I got a message from a special Dewisseur that suggested doing a review, as I hadn't done one yet, and I thought that was a great idea, and it was nice to hear that they have been tuning in. In terms of the original flavor of Game Fuel, it has a long and very interesting history, as many things often have. Originally released alongside the Halo 3 launch, it was originally only monikered as Game Fuel. From there, it came back several times as part of the Game Fuel promotion, but eventually the Game Fuel name got turned into a different line of drinks, and Game Fuel was removed from the name of the drink altogether. However, Citrus Cherry was not the title of the flavor at the time. It was only ever known as Game Fuel, with its description of taste. It didn't actually get the moniker of Citrus Cherry until very recently. In fact, for a while, with the Game Fuel moniker being part of a different line of sodas, the only way I could describe this as the flavor formerly known as Game Fuel. But even though it's been out and back a lot of times, that's kind of just how life goes. Sometimes you need time and distance to remember not just the things that you liked or most enjoyed about something, but also that you have the time to consider and realize all the things you could have and probably should have been doing the entire time. But we at least have Citrus Cherry back, and let's get into the review. In terms of the aesthetics, it's again, like many past years, a design focused on Halo, specifically Halo Infinite for Xbox, which is interesting as Halo Infinite released 2 years ago, but the design of the logo does feature Master Chief with a alien artifact or relic behind him in the background, but this time it does also feature his AI, the weapon introduced in Halo Infinite, present on this label. There is some nice detail in the edging at the top that is the Forerunner style designs that is present in a lot of the Forerunner, which is one of the ancient aliens in Halo, that is present throughout all those games. Let's take a look at the color of the soda itself. Very fantastic, beautiful vermilion color. Let's get a check of the aromatics. This is one of my favorite things about this Game Fuel flavor, is that it is almost apparent how much more caffeine it is present in it. It is just so much more, but not in a bad way. It just very present in the aromatics still. It's just a whole, it's just so much energy immediately available, even from the aromatics itself. But let's check the flavor. Very strong, very clear notes of both citrus and cherry in the flavor. A lot of people like to describe this as a combination of both Code Red and Livewire, but I think it's like almost more than that. It's almost like a condensed version, or a concentration of Code Red and Livewire combined with not as much water as you would have in a concentrate, so that you have an almost more distinct, stronger flavor overall. But let's get into the review itself. I would say in terms of aesthetics, on a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being game and 5 being fuel, this is definitely a 3. The aesthetics of it very clearly show how Game Fuel it is, with the game and the aspects of it all being present on the label. In terms of the aromatics, I would say on a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being invigorating and 5 being blast, this is again another perfect 3. This is a perfect balance between invigorating and blast in terms of the aromatics. And in terms of the flavor, I would say that this is definitely on a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being citrus and 5 being cherry. This is another perfect 3. Very authentic balance there. Just very clear citrus notes, very clear cherry notes. In terms of a pairing, I would say this would also go very well with late night snacks, but more specifically a variety of chips or those kinds of snacks. Whereas, the Mystic Punch would go with like jerky style late night snacks. But those are just my tasting notes. This has been the Dewmelier with the latest new Dew review for you, my current and aspiring Dewisseurs. Thanks for listening.